How did I get here? That is a very interesting question. I'm not doing a triathlon. I'm just training. I am just training.
Just training.
Because biking sucks.
I'm in front of your camera because I've been voluntold to be here.
I haven't done this stuff before.
I don't really have anything to say about myself.
I am Sophie.
Hello.
Kia ora, ko aura ki te mauka, ko waitaki te awa, ko kaitahi te iwi, ko Kate Grace tapu ingoa.
I'm doing my thesis research on Whanake, specifically IronMāori. And yeah, the way exercise can be, or sport can be used to enhance social inclusion.
And I stumbled across Kate at Whanake, and connections were made really quick.
I'm here because Whanake is my life, and I also get FOMO.
I am bringing these incredible athletes from the place of fear to a place of love over the next 17 weeks.
The women's try in March, I think it was. Essentially voluntold, which is fine. I had an absolute great time. But it pushed me and it made me do something that I never thought I'd be able to do in my life, considering I came from a point where I was told I'd never walk again. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, now I don't ever want to stop moving.
So essentially I've had about 18 months off training. I did do a women's try in March, but I was part of the coaching team, and that was just a bit of a different mindset for me, so I didn't really train properly. I wasn't in it for myself, I was in it to see the wahine thrive. And even though I have that, like I want to see our IronMāori squad thrive and whoever joins us along the way, yeah, I just had a different mindset. But IronMāori is something that I've always just done for me.
Like, I'm really stoked to get into it. Like, I've been hanging out for this for a really long time. But at the same time have some other issues that make it a little bit terrifying, because I can barely walk right now. I can't cycle at all. So pretty much the only thing I can do is swim, so that'll be real fun.
IronMāori's become our jam. That's a few years ago we did the first one, and it was a really cool experience. It's for anybody, and it's just something we love doing, and it's different.
I kind of feel like IronMāori's been a thing that's been missing from my life since we started it 3 years ago, and I actually just miss it, and miss having my squad to train with and having coaches to help me push myself to places I didn't think I could go.
Being in that space, you're surrounded by amazing people who are all very driven and motivated.
Using Indigenous principles, it made sense to come into the space and not just sit and observe, but to actually become part of the group and experience the same things that everyone else is experiencing, so that I am one with them and can talk about it from not an outsider perspective, because there's been too much of that where research is done on people instead of actually becoming part of the group and just kind of seeing how things are done and learning from the research environment. So trying to change the way that research is done in these spaces.
Excited, I think. A little overwhelmed in the fact we have a lot of eyes looking at us, and I've usually been really private, and this squad is usually very private, but people are watching, and we'll honour our names with that too.
Full of the emotions, but I'm not doing it, so it's fine. The belly, the feeling in the belly. But I just know that being around the group, that's what I need. I need to train with like-minded people who want to just push themselves and do amazing things, so that's why I want to be there.
I'm excited, but this has been quite a hard year, and I haven't really done anything for myself, and so I had a conversation with my auntie today about how I'm going to fit it in around everything that's going on at home and just life and stuff, and I just need it. I need to do this for myself.
I feel like it's sort of like the first one again, and probably training wise I haven't done as much as previous years, but actually this year coming up with a plan and having structures in place for the next 17 weeks will be pretty cool. Probably I think it will probably be the making of this year, but it's about being there, and you're seeing people overcoming those challenges, and you're seeing them and it could be the swim, could be the bike, could be the walk or the run, but you see them do it, and that's pretty powerful, and that's what's so cool about it.
Say I'm not going to do the try or the IronMāori because I'm going to be a staff person, but we'll see how that goes.
I love how you say that out loud. Never well, I mean, it is a triathlon, right? So it's kind of like kaupapa because like Hawaiians and Kona, so it's kind of a thing. So it's actually kind of cool, but also anything that involves a swim in the ocean is like 100% my jam, and yeah, my whānau's jam.
So it's exciting. It's we're going to have some newbies along, so we'll make it a bit different, and it should be fun.
I reckon this year's probably more nerve-wracking because I've done it twice, and so I know what I have done, but I haven't trained for anything really for so long that I don't know, it's hard to go in without having expectations of yourself. But also last year I got a new health diagnosis, and for just over a year I've been on a new medication that means my asthma is pretty well controlled, and so I don't really know what it will be like to train for a triathlon when I can breathe well. So far this year I haven't had any flares, which is the first time in decades. So yeah, I kind of feel like I'm going with a new body on one hand, but then on the other hand, a body that's been a bit lazy for quite a while.
I said I coach for connection, and every human being needs connection. I also have a great belief that my tipuna who were before me are putting the people that need to be with me at that particular time. My tipuna gave me the gift of observation, and I would never voluntold or ever encourage anybody to the degree I do unless I believed they could finish, unless I believed they actually wanted to do it. So by observing somebody and their whole being, my first coaching tip is to bring out the belief that I see and see where that goes.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier this week to Kate and Lou, I think coming to noho was the start of the journey. I'm quite excited, thinking ahead of what I have to do in the next 17 weeks, really planning, knowing where my trainings are and committing to my trainings, but also what we're going to do long term. So I'm actually really excited. We've got a shorter time frame for training, but with the right people, everyone getting the right buy-in, I think we can really smash it out this year and have a lot of fun.
They're already readier than they realise.
I'm not doing it.
So we'll just see what happens.